This is Vivian Adenijo. Now, if you've been living under a rock, maybe you're not aware, but she is not just a professional model. She's someone who's worked for top shows like Arise Fashion Week, Lagos Fashion Week over the years, and she has been modeling for leading designers in Nigeria and featured on Vogue Italy. She also appeared in Beyonce's Brown Skin Girl in spite of or despite the fact that she is a model living with albinism. It is great to have you here in the studio.
It's great to have you here as well.
So, first of all, I think you're absolutely stunning. I
Thank
saw some of
you.
your photos and I was like, really, wow, okay. There was a part that I didn't mention there. You are the first lady with albinism to compete in the Most Beautiful Girl in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Right? That was in 2021.
Yes, that was in 2021.
Okay, so let's touch on that. Going to camp with all those other beautiful models, what was that journey like?
It was a part of self-acceptance for me.
Okay,
I feel like I was initially going through this part of self-discovery,
okay,
and then I knew I had to get to the part where I eventually accept myself for who I am.
okay.
And the very big stage at which I can easily express that was MBGN.
And how did it feel, walking amongst those models, training with them? Did they have to give you any sort of special treatment during the process?
No.
No, not at all?
No special treatment.
Okay.
Because I feel like I don't want a situation where I'm treated specially.
Okay.
I want to be treated like every other person. I don't want to be set aside. I want you to see me like, oh, she's a person like I am. I don't have to like set her aside, treat her specially. There's no
Okay.
need for that.
So when you were growing up, I know it must have been a time of self-discovery as well, because you mentioned earlier on, before we joined everyone, that you weren't sure why you were colored this way. So for young people or kids probably watching right now, what explanation would you have loved to have as a child?
All right. So growing up as a child for me wasn't as rosy as a childhood experience should look like.
Okay.
I had questions in my heart, in my mind. I kept asking myself question, why am I different?
Okay.
My siblings are black. My mom is dark. My dad is dark. And then here I'm looking like the light of the world. Why am I different? So that question kept coming into my mind, and I was like, okay. And that was what led to self-discovery.
Okay.
I kept asking, who is Vivian? Now, when that question came in, I had to look beyond the skin.
Okay.
It took me on a journey beyond the skin. Who is Vivian beyond what people see out there?
Okay.
What exactly does she stand for? What is that thing that set her apart from people? And I can say that journey as well led me into the modeling industry.
All right. So now you are not just a model now. We've mentioned all the amazing fashion work you've done, but you are also a Grammy Award-winning video vixen. Am I right?
Yeah.
What was it like working with Beyonce on set?
All right. Now we need to make that clear.
Okay.
Beyonce was not in Nigeria.
Okay.
We had the shoot with Whiskey in Nigeria.
Okay. Sure.
And I can say I wasn't really expecting to be on that set.
Okay.
The call came in a little bit late.
Okay.
And when I came on set, I didn't really ask what shoots we were doing or who we were working with.
Okay.
Until I came across Whiskey and I was like, oh,
Okay.
really? What's going on here?
You just saw Whiskey and
And I was like, okay, what song are we now working with? Because I actually worked with him earlier that week. So seeing him again on set, and then he started playing the song, I was like, so I'm going to be on this song, I'm going to be on this song, I'm going to be in this video. Wow. This is an opportunity for me to shine.
So yes, shine and shine you did, because you are a brown skinned girl, as opposed to what we can see on the surface. You are an African Yoruba, right?
Yes,
Yoruba lady. All your siblings have darker skin. What is the definition of what is going on with your skin? What you grew up with, how is it defined?
Persons with albinism are people without melanin.
Okay.
That's just a simple definition of it. You have melanin in your skin, that is why you're dark.
Okay.
The lack of melanin in my skin is why I am fair or white. So, and one of the things I used to say is this: you have the liberty of being exposed to the sun, but I don't get that liberty because it's literally, my skin is totally exposed. It's not covered in any way. And that's just like the simple explanations.
So how do you protect your skin from the rays of the sunscreen? What sort of sunscreen are we talking? The basic sunscreen, or is there something special?
The basic ones. I'm very particular about skincare products.
Okay.
I try not to go overboard with it because you need to understand the fact that skincare, they have very toxic, and the more you consume them into your body, the more your body is open to the more your body is open to absorbing these toxic materials or toxic chemicals into your body. So I just go for the basic one, something very simple.
Nothing too simple. And no harsh makeup either?
No harsh makeup either.
Okay, all right. Now, so you live like an everyday girl?
Yes, I do.
You just have extra sunscreen?
Extra sunscreen.
All right. Now, I want to talk a bit about the modeling industry. Now, the industry can be a bit brutal. And when I say brutal, it's because I had experience in the industry myself. You know, coming to a point where you are recognized and known for being an amazing model, it takes a lot of work. But what do you think you had to do or you did that eventually led to them accepting you or embracing you?
I feel like one of the things we need to actually embrace as individuals before we go into any sort of industry is accepting yourself.
Okay.
I will always go back to the issue of self-acceptance. Or let's start with self-discovery.
Okay.
Self-discovery helps you position yourself not just to be seen by who, but to be seen by the main people that you need to attract.
Okay.
The very instant you discover yourself, you tend to know what you can offer. You tend to know the capacity you have inside of you. And then when you have that, it's the very instant you know what you have inside of, it's easy for people to accept you. They tend to follow up with it. They're like, oh, she knows her worth. She understands that, okay, this is who I am. So you don't get to lower your standard for anyone.
Okay.
You don't get to limit who you are for anyone. That is the first thing. Then you move on to self-acceptance. Okay. Now, it's a different thing to discover yourself. It's a different thing to accept who you are. We have different people that they know who they are. Like, okay, I'm this. The question is, have you accepted yourself? Because if you don't accept yourself, the world won't accept you.
Interesting. Interesting. I think that's a powerful statement. If you don't accept yourself, the world won't accept you.
No, it won't.
And trust me, we are not just accepting you, we are rooting for you, and we are looking out for all the great work you're still going to do.
Thank you.
But what are the next steps for you in this advocacy work you're doing?
All right. Like I said earlier on, my journey started with self-discovery.
Yeah.
And then we moved on to self-acceptance. Now moving on to a little bit of something very tricky.
Okay.
Self-discovery is a personal journey for me.
Yeah.
I brought it into the fashion industry.
Sure.
Self-acceptance is a personal journey for me. I brought it into advocacy.
Okay.
Now I'm moving into merging self-discovery, self-acceptance into fashion.
Okay.
And advocacy. And that is what bettered the Modest Fashion Hub.
Okay. Models Fashion Hub.
Modest Fashion
Hub. Okay.
Like, I feel like fashion...
So it's a combination of different fashion designers,
yes.
Right? Okay. Is this a physical store as well, or is it online?
It's a physical store.
Okay.
And then we have like major programs. Last year we had the Modest Fashion Summit, where we had almost 400 people, modest influencers, modest enthusiasts come on board, talk about the modest industry, how can we infiltrate the system with modesty. And then this year we're having the Modest Fashion Week. It's a 2 days program where we talk about the business part of the modest industry. Now you need to know that the modest industry is estimated at $90 billion currently.
Modest,
not just fashion industry right now.
Interesting.
And then it's not it's an industry we are yet to tap into. We're talking about fashion industry on a global scale.
Sure.
But can we just move a little bit to the modest industry?
Honestly, I'm going to dig a lot deeper into this modest fashion industry.
Yeah.
Because there is room for this. There's always a space, and you've decided to tap into that space, and that makes me even more interested. But I have to ask you, would you like to have a bite? We have a chef in the kitchen who has been putting something together and would like to take a stroll down there. Are you interested?
I'm open to it.
All right, let's take a stroll.
Thank you.